Hello everyone, welcome to the bridge course on chemistry. So in today's video, we will learn some basics about the chemistry. Before going to the study of chemistry, you have observed the different phenomena in your surroundings. If we take the example of floating of ice on water, since ice it is an solid form of water, it will floats on the water which is present in the liquid form. So why this will happens? That is the question. And similarly, here when sodium is added to the water, it will react with water and it will start to burn and produces yellowish flame. So why does this process occur? And also, if you have observed the rise of the food on baking, why this takes place, and the burning of a candle, all these are certain phenomena that you have observed in your surroundings in your day-to-day life. So what is the reason for all these processes? Not only these, along with these processes, there are many other processes that you all observed in your day-to-day life. For example, the soaps and detergents are used to clean the clothes. Why soaps and detergents are used to clean the clothes? How they will cleanse the cloth? So that is the another phenomena. Why they will cleanse the clothes? How they will cleanse the clothes? So that is the question. So the answer to all these questions will be given under a special branch of science, which is chemistry. So chemistry, here we will study all the different phenomena that are taking place in our surroundings, and along with that we will find the reasons for those processes which are taking place. So what does this chemistry means? What we will study in this chemistry, and why to study the chemistry, that is important for us. So let's see what is a chemistry mean. Chemistry, it is the branch of science that deals with the composition, structure and properties of matter. So in other words, chemistry is called the science of atoms and molecule. So here, whenever we consider any matter, we will study what is the composition of that matter, what constituents are present in that matter, and what is the structure of those constituents which are present in the matter, and what properties they will show. That can be studied in the chemistry. Composition, structure and properties of matter will be studied under this branch of science that is said to be chemistry. And this chemistry is nothing but the science of atoms and molecules. So now let's see what is matter. Since we come to know that in chemistry we will discuss about matter. So if we discuss about matter, then we should know what is the meaning of that matter. What kind of substances are said to be matter? So matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. Whatever substance that you observe in your surroundings, if that substance occupies some space and if it has mass, then it is considered as matter. So whatever things you will observe your surroundings, including we also, we are said to be matter because we all occupy this space and we all has some mass. So if you take any substance in your surrounding like table, okay, chair, pencil, pen and TV, fridge, all those things are matter because they all occupies some space and they all have certain mass. So everything around us composed of matter. And here the matter is present in different forms. If you take the water, the physical form of that water is different. And if you take the stone, that stone has different physical form. As well as if you take the air, that air is also having the different form. So all the substances that are present in our surroundings, they will exhibit different physical forms or different physical states. Means their appearance is different. All are not present in same states or same form. So based upon in which physical state they are present, the matter is classified into solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So these are the three main physical states of matter that we will find in the nature. And you already familiar with the characteristics of the solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. As you all know, in solids the number of particles are present and all those particles are closely arranged, and in liquids the particles are loosely arranged and they are able to move from one position to another position, and in gas the molecules are freely moving in space, means they don't have any fixed position and they are far away from each other. So this is how the three physical states of matter are classified: solids, liquids and gas. Along with these three, there are another two forms of matter. One is the plasma state, that is the fourth state of matter, and another one is Bose-Einstein condensate. So plasma, this is usually not oftenly observed by us in the nature because this plasma state has obtained at very high temperature. At extremely high temperature, we will get the plasma state. The temperature should be around about 4000 degrees Celsius to 6000 degrees Celsius. In that temperature, we will get the plasma state. For example, the sun, the matter which is present in the sun is present in plasma state. And the fifth state of matter, that is Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, it is Condensate, Bose-Einstein condensate. So this state of matter is observed at extremely low temperature or the coldest region in the universe. So in the coldest region in the universe, there we will obtain the Bose-Einstein condensate. So one is obtained, that is plasma state is obtained at extremely high temperature, and Bose-Einstein condensate has obtained at extremely low temperature. So remember these two states of matter along with solids, liquids and gases. So now next to move to the atoms and molecules. As we know, the matter it consists of the small number of particles, the small particles in large numbers. So therefore, whenever we are going to break down that matter into number of pieces, we will get the smaller atoms. And the smaller particles, which are usually said to be atoms, are the smallest particles of a chemical element that can exist. So whatever substance you take, when we break on down those substances into small particles, at last we will obtain one particle, smallest particle, that can exist in a particular element or substance. That is said to be atom. And if we take the group of these atoms, then it will form a molecule. So molecule, it is a group of atoms bonded together representing the smallest fundamental unit of a chemical compound that can take part in a chemical reaction. So if we consider any compound, the smallest fundamental unit of that chemical compound is said to be molecule. So here molecule, for example, if we take water, in that water, the smallest fundamental unit of that water is H2O. Okay, so not we cannot say H2 and O are fundamental unit of chemical compound, that is water. The fundamental unit of the water is H2O, which is a group of atom, and that is said to be a molecule. So remember the atom and molecules, because all the matter is made up of atoms and molecules that exist in nature. And chemistry, it is nothing but the science of atoms and molecules. So these atoms and molecules are obtained when a matter is broken down into smaller and smaller particles. So now let's see what is the structure of atom. So atom is the smallest particle in a matter, and how it exactly looks like, and what it further consists of. Is it consist of any further fundamental particles, and how that atom will be formed, and how is the structure of that atom, that we will see. So here I have considered one element, that is lithium. So the atom, it consists of a nucleus which is present at the center of the atom. That is, the central region of the atom is said to be nucleus. Around these nucleus, the small particles are revolving. Those are usually said to be electrons. So atom, it consists of nucleus, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and the path in which the electrons revolve are circular paths, and these circular paths are said to be orbits or shells. These are said to be orbits or shells. The circular path in which electrons are revolving around the nucleus are said to be orbits or shells. And this nucleus, again, it consists of two fundamental particles. Those are protons and neutrons. So totally in an atom, the protons, neutrons and electrons are present. These are the three fundamental particles which are further observed in an atom. So now the protons and neutrons, these are present in a nucleus, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So here, what does these protons have? These proton, neutron and electron are said to be subatomic particles. The proton, it has a mass of 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, and the charge on proton is 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Okay, means the proton is positively charged. This plus sign indicates it is positively charged. And neutron, its mass is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, and the charge on neutron is 0, means it is neutral, it does not have any charge. Then the third particle, that is electron, its size is too small and its mass is considered to be 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. So it is very small and its charge is minus 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19. So here the electron is negatively charged and the proton is positively charged and the neutron is electrically neutral. So remember the mass and charge of proton and electron. So all these proton and neutron has similar mass but opposite charge, but electron is having very small mass, that is negligible. We can say it as negligible. Okay, so remember these fundamental particles or subatomic particles which are present in an atom. So who discovered these proton, neutron and electrons? These were discovered by the J.J. Thomson, who discovered the electrons in the year 1897. So electrons are discovered by J.J. Thomson. Just remember the name of the fundamental particle and the discoverer of that fundamental particle. The electrons are discovered by J.J. Thomson. And Eugen Goldstein, he discovered the positive particles in the year 1898. So Goldstein, he has discovered the positive particles which are present in the atom. Later, the Ernst Rutherford, he discovered protons and nucleus in the year 1911. So here Goldstein already discovered the presence of positive particles, but the Rutherford, he given the term proton and also he explained about nucleus in the year 1911. And finally, the James Chadwick discovered neutrons in the year 1932. So these are certain scientists who discovered electrons, protons and neutrons. So remember these names. Now, in an atom, we know that the electrons are revolving in the circular path. They are said to be shells or orbits. And these orbits are named as K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell and so on. So each orbit has given the name K, L, M, N, so on. So the first orbit is said to be K shell, second orbit L shell, third orbit M shell. So since the electrons are revolving in each shell or each orbit, we should know how many number of electrons are present in each shell. In order to find that, we will use one formula, that is 2n square. So here n will represent the number of orbit. So whether we are considering the first orbit or second orbit, that we have to substitute in place of n. That will gives the maximum number of electrons, which are present in each shell. So if I want to find the maximum number of electrons that may be present in first shell, then by using this formula we can calculate that. So since we are finding the first shell, so instead of writing n, we have to substitute 1 square. So 1 square is 1, therefore 2 into 1 is equal to 2. So in first shell, 2 electrons, maximum capacity of first shell is 2 electrons. Means it can hold maximum 2 electrons. Okay. And in second shell, apply the same formula, 2. In presence of n, we need to substitute 2 square. So 2 into 2 square is 4, that is equal to 8. So in second shell, the maximum number of electrons is 8. Then in third shell, again 2 into 3 square. So 3 square is 9. So 2 into 9 is 18. In third shell, there is a presence of 18 electrons. So again, if there is a presence of a fourth shell, we have to substitute 4 in place of n. So then you will get the maximum capacity of the fourth shell that can hold the electrons. So this is how, by using 2n square formula, which is given by the Bohr. It is the name of the scientist, Niels Bohr. So he has given the formula 2n square to find the maximum number of electrons that can be present in each shell. So this is all certain basic things that you need to know about the structure of atom. Now the question comes, how the electrons are distributed in that particular element. So that we need to know, and that we will discuss in the next video. So keep watching the videos regularly to understand the basic things that you will come across in the chemistry, and they will continue to the first PUC as well as second PUC. So you should know the minimum these things about the atom.